Don't die! I order you not to die!
There's truly no way to describe the feeling of seeing your favorite anime character pass away.
それだけの人生であいつは幸せだったのだろうか。そしてそれを失った俺の人生も終わってしまったのだろうか。
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 saddest deaths in anime.
母さんは死んで瓦礫に潰されてここから出られたとしても走れない。
For this list, we're taking a look back at all the characters in the anime world that left us too soon, taking into consideration both sad and misfortunate deaths. And as needless as it may be to say, beware of spoilers and have your tissue boxes ready.
さて、そろそろペンを置くとしよう。お、そうだ。続編のタイトルは何がいいかの?
Number 10, Otonashi, Angel Beats.
If you sign this, even if by some reason you die, your life can be used to help another.
The series actually follows the protagonist of Angel Beats during his time in the afterlife, and it's only about halfway through that we find out how and why he died. Having just recently dedicated his life to becoming a doctor and helping people in honor of his late sister Hatsune, Otonashi finds himself trapped underground after a train accident with several other survivors. Being their pillar of strength, he takes care of their wounds and helps ration their food.
Hang in just a bit longer. Let me know if anything happens.
In his final moments, he fills out his insurance card to become an organ donor, allowing his example to pass on to the rest, but he passes away as soon as they are being rescued.
Otonashi!
Number 9, Aaron's mother, Attack on Titan.
エレン、ミカサを連れて逃げなさい。早く。逃げたいよ、俺は。
This one scene alone thoroughly introduced us to the horrifying world of the Titans.
エレン、ミカサ、生き延びるのよ。
Trapped and unable to escape the ambush herself, Aaron's mother made sure her kids would not also fall victim to the giant humanoid creatures. Aaron didn't only lose his mom that day, but also had to watch as she was severed in two and eaten by one of these insidious monsters. There was no greater sense of helplessness experienced as when we watched Aaron being pulled away while simultaneously crying out for his mother. Number 8, Ace, One Piece. The passing of a family member is tough, and that's no exception when it comes to anime. After being successfully rescued by his brother Luffy and his gang, this prideful pirate turns back to face his captor, Akainu. Once Luffy gets caught in his crosshairs, Ace shields him like the good older sibling he is, but receives a smoldering hot fist through his chest in the process.
Oi, 大丈夫か?
As the Whitebeard Pirate's 2nd Division commander utters his last words, the expressions on the crew's faces are too much to bear. Number 7, Ushio Okazaki, Clanad After Story.
It's like this town is toying with us. It grants us happiness on a whim, then takes it away just as quickly.
Some deaths are simply inevitable. In the continuation of the first Clanad anime series, Tomoya has to learn this cold hard truth when his only daughter is diagnosed with the same fatal disease that took his wife's life.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I don't know what's causing it. If Nagisa's condition was any indication, she could be sick like this for months.
Ushio passes away while headed on a trip promised by her father. And the scene is made particularly hard to watch because Tomoya had just recently accepted his past and finally decided he was ready to truly raise his daughter.
Daddy, I love you.
Yeah. Daddy loves you too, Yoshio, very much.
Witnessing the deaths of the two loves of his life soon leaves him, understandably, in a bottomless depression.
Yoshio!
Number 6. Jiraiya, Naruto Shippuden.
ジライア様なら大丈夫です。あの方がそうそう。あいつは帰ってこない。
It's usually taken as a sign of honor when the student surpasses the master. In this case, it only left us in tears.
我々はペイン。神だ。
When encountered by the villainous Pain, Jiraiya tries his best to thwart the Akatsuki leader's plans. Unable to stop him, and foreseeing his near end, the Hiruzen Sarutobi student uses his last bit of strength to encrypt a message about the secret to defeating Pain onto the back of his toad Fukasaku.
最終章、胃の中の蛙大海で散るの巻か。ほどほどにあっぱれ、あっぱれ。
Naruto's reaction to Jiraiya's death served to solidify the passing of this timeless character in the sequel series to the Naruto anime. Number 5. Nina Tucker, Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Despite only knowing this character for one episode, the tragedy that befalls this little girl in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood left us with our jaws open. It isn't just Nina's actual death that cuts deep, but the context behind it that really gets your blood boiling.
You see, last year, Nina, your daddy didn't get a very good evaluation. Unless I do something really impressive this year, I won't be a state alchemist anymore.
Nina's father had performed an unethical human chimera experiment, fusing her with her own dog in the hopes of keeping his license as a state alchemist.
Big Brother Ed.
When the Elric brothers are unable to undo Shao Tucker's dark deed, Scar kills her as a means of mercy to save her from her tortured future.
At least, your passing will be in peace.
Number 4. Nagisa Furukawa, Clannad After Story.
You're all right, Nagisa. Hang in there, okay? You're gonna make it.
This tear-jerking love story ends with a bittersweet conclusion. Nagisa has never been that strong when it comes to her health, as she has suffered from chronic illness her whole life.
After this is over, the three of us are gonna live together, right here in our home.
Once she and her husband Tomoya decide to have a baby, the stress on her body proves too much to take.
After a while, I felt like my heart couldn't take it anymore. I felt like I had run out of hope.
And in the middle of childbirth, it finally gets the better of her.
You can hear her, right? That's our baby. That's our baby crying.
Once their baby Ushio is delivered, Nagisa immediately slips away, and the mortified stare of her husband, coddling their motherless newborn, couldn't have been more agonizing.
But even someone useless like me finally found something to live for. Right, Nagisa? Right? Nagisa? Nagisa!
Number 3. L. Death Note.
Can you kill someone just by writing their name on a piece?
Can't say. I've never tried using it like that, and I don't know of anyone who has.
Being the sole symbol of justice within the series, and the main character's adversary, one might have mixed feelings about this genius detective's passing.
You and I will be parting ways soon.
On one hand, you end up rooting for L to stop the mass murderer Kira, but still want to see Light, the protagonist, avoid capture. Nevertheless, the way L went left the rest of the series dry and hollow.
The sound of the bell has been unusually loud today.
Moments before his death, L had a notion it was his time, and it hurt most that it had to come from the person he considered his first and only friend. Number 2. Lelouch v. Britannia, Code Geass Lelouch of the Rebellion R2. In an age full of war and hatred, Lelouch devises a master plan he calls the Zero Requiem, in which he plays the role of a wicked ruler before he is publicly assassinated to provide peace to the world. As the world's scapegoat, he is despised and willingly allows himself to be killed by none other than his best friend Suzaku. As he falls to his death, only his sister mourns over his body as the rest of the crowd celebrates, not knowing about his ultimate sacrifice. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I did not want to die this way!
That okay then, Lulu? And as I'm reborn, I'll fall in love with you over and over. I'll keep falling in love with...
Number 1. Maze Hughes, Full Metal Alchemist, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Cool tattoo you got there.
Those are your last words. Wouldn't you rather scream?
This death takes the top spot on account of this character's stand-up nature. Maze was just impossible not to love. His unconditional sympathy toward others made his passing all too unfair.
The enemies moved in very close to the Fuhrer, and they've infiltrated the military deep enough to affect large-scale decisions.
After he uncovers secrets of the Fuhrer's motives, Hughes is murdered by the homunculus Envy.
You're right, Hughes. Maybe this is a more fitting end.
For once Envy shapeshifts to the form of his own wife, Maze is unable to defend himself. We wish he were still here just so he could show us pictures of his young daughter one more time.
I'm so sorry, Alicia. Remember, Daddy loves you. I'm sorry.
Do you agree with our list? Which anime character were you just not ready to see go? For more classic top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.